Hey, it's Greg Grunberg, Snap Wexley, and you are listening to 6th Scale Scavengers.
All right, Scavengers. I'm as surprised as you are that we're here.
Oh, yeah.
Chris, it's been a while.
Yes.
It's been about 5 months.
Oh, man.
And we'll get into it in a little bit why we've been on hiatus. I mean, we've still been doing a separate podcast with TC about Formula One cards, the cards formula, shameless plug. But yeah, I mean, may the 4th be with you, Chris. I mean, if there was going to be a day that the Scavengers would find a reason to jump back on live to talk some collecting, it's gonna be this day.
Oh yeah, man. We've been talking about it for months. When's the right time to jump back on? And I think the stars aligned, and on Star Wars Day just kind of seems fitting. For sure.
Yeah. So let's get our panel. We've got 2 joining us. Unfortunately, we were going to have Danny on, and he's having some camera difficulties. So we'll get Danny on a future episode. But actually, Danny and Jessie, who's joining us again.
Hey. Hello.
I actually got to give Danny and Jessie. They were throwing this idea around yesterday of like in the admin council chat, like, hey guys, picture this. May the 4th be with you. Live stream, turn on the super chat, and here we are. So
just let it roll.
I'm gonna give that one to Danny. He was the one who came up with it. So
well, you definitely ran with it. So and to be honest, like first thing this morning, I got to laugh with both you and Sean joining us. You guys are on the West Coast. You guys must wake up and just see this barrage of messages.
Yeah.
I get going 6 a.m. my time, which is like 3 a.m. your time, and Letty's up even earlier than that. So, but it's good to be back. I mean, to be honest, guys, I can't thank the community enough that everyone's really stuck around. And I mean, with us gone again, without really giving any kind of explanation, I'll get into that momentarily here. Like the Facebook group still been going strong. Shout out to everybody that keeps posting, hot toys. Now we've got Queen Studios and In Arts to talk about it. So I almost feel like we're getting back to our roots again here, Chris, where we don't know anything.
Yeah, I know.
And we can get to relearn.
Passed us by, and we're like, we need to learn all the things now.
Yeah. The OG 6 Scale Collecting Podcast, the often imitated, never replicated. I feel like we're back to try to reclaim whatever we had before. and I definitely feel old. I'm coming up on my midlife crisis next month. So, what better time? So, Jessie, we were talking earlier too. You do landscaping by trade, and that proverb, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is today. So I was like, you know what, guys, let's just do this.
Let's roll with it. Love it.
And Sean's been clamoring to have another show here for a while. He's like, why aren't you guys like doing this?
Poking and prodding these guys, like, hey, what if you just went back and like just didn't do the news and just like shot the, and just talk to people about stuff? And they're like, what if you did that? They're like, yeah, maybe. And then a month later, it's like, oh, what? Like, this is cool. What if you came back and talked about this? Maybe TC will come too.
Yeah, we'll get TC back on at some point. But that's exactly what we're eventually going to look to do here. I love the panel format. I love having, the rotating guests that we can come in here too. And to be honest, I've kind of soured on Hot Toys a little bit, and it sounds maybe a little sacrilegious to say that, but with other companies coming in and doing some really good work. And Chris, one of the things that we've preached since basically day one is you can't collect everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you try to keep up with the Joneses, you're going to be left behind. And we've had so many episodes about, FOMO or fear of missing out and, collecting on a budget and stuff like that. I mean, that's who we are. I mean, we all collect different things, and, we change up what we collect, and it's not always going to be 6 scale. So that's kind of where we are now. Where we went is right after we did our November episode where I love doing that, and I want to do it again, where we give back and do like sideshow gift cards and stuff. Mid-December, I got an email from eBay, the eBay partner network. And for anybody that doesn't know, and obviously Chris knows this, before there was a podcast, there was the checklist and the website. And that's what I really prided myself on. I've worked on that thing since probably late 2017 and just kept it up. We moved eventually to 6skillscavengers.com, and we kept that up, and we had Marvel and Star Wars, and later added like Back to the Future and DC and everything. Well, I basically got an email from eBay that said, you've violated the terms of your of the code of conduct because you're not you're not soliciting the links like you're supposed to. And if everybody doesn't know, we've got it plastered everywhere that, hey, this is going to take you to eBay. If you happen to want to pay for something there, we might get a small cut. I don't think we were not disclosing that in any way. And to be honest, I feel like based on the revenue that we were getting from keeping the lights on every month, like we were doing well, and I think they were doing well. So they basically, and this was like 3 days before Christmas, and they said, you've got like 3 or 4 days to do this, or we're going to back charge you for everything. And, so basically my only recourse at that time was just to take all the checklists down. And I hated doing it because that's been my baby. That was like my thing. And it really took the wind out of my sails, not only of doing the website and keeping that up. And that was just part of how I enjoyed the hobby. And to take that away, I really just didn't have any reason to want to keep doing the website. And then that just fell away. And then next thing you know, we've got Sean and Jessie here prodding us like, hey guys, you got to come back. And I'm just like, I don't know. But Chris, I mean, the community, it's phenomenal.
Oh man. Like everybody, they've stuck with us. I mean, we still have the same subscriber count on YouTube. They probably just forgot about us and forgot to unsubscribe. But and then the Facebook group has been going nonstop this whole time. Everybody's been posting all the new listing, the reveals, and just talking, talking about their collections and all sorts of things. So I mean, it's been there he is.
There's Danny.
Hey.
Figured it out. What's up, man?
I was gonna be bummed, Dan, if you're gonna miss this, but
I'm sorry, guys. Just a little bug in the system. We rebooted. We're all good.
All right.
Awesome,
in the
man,
Matrix.
awesome.
So
Hey, good looking haircut, man.
I was giving
Thanks,
you some
man.
kudos
Nice.
for.
I was gonna say the same to you.
Yeah, mine's growing out a little bit now. You were saying earlier.
We're giving you some kudos, Danny, for this impromptu stream, and hopefully this gets the thing going. I mean, it's just one of those things you keep, and Sean alluded to this a little bit ago. It's like you kind of always think of when's the best time to start. Well, it was just today. I think the Obi-Wan trailer, guys, and what Star Wars Day means to all of us. I mean, what a poster! What a poster!
Oh, man,
Looks awesome.
where can I buy that?
I want it.
Seriously.
I want a bat.
Don't have anywhere to put it, but I want it.
I don't even have an Obi-Wan figure yet, so I'm hoping.
Well, that was your first mistake.
Well, there you
I didn't get into it until after he was sold out.
Oh man, yeah, this is obviously highly anticipated show. I forget when it was announced, but ever since we started getting rumors of what was going to be in this show and all the potential reveals and cameos and that sort of thing. I mean, it just get everybody's minds going of, oh man, I wonder if this person's going to show up or this character or whatever. And then, oh, I wonder, how many figures we could potentially get, and, for all the different scales. And yeah, I watched the trailer this morning and I just was completely amped. Cannot wait for this show, and to see how it's going to connect with all the other movies and cartoon, the animation, and it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still.
I'm just going through. I was on my
Yeah.
little tangent there, and I'm getting all the comments from the live stream popping up here. It's
Feels good.
It does. It feels great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where you guys stand? Like, Jesse, you said you just watched it. What's your
Just watch the trailer.
anticipation level? Yeah,
I'm so stoked. I'm super excited. Like I said, I haven't had the figure yet, so I'm excited. I'm holding out hope for one or two from the show, but the show itself looks awesome. You got Ewan McGregor back. I forgot the actor's name who plays Uncle Ben, but he's back. You got all these people coming in, and it's such a good thing to give him that own show. He is such a good part of that trilogy in the beginning, and he just did such a good job of Obi-Wan, because until he came out, it was like old Ben, and that was it. We liked Obi-Wan, but he just holds the title for that character. So I'm stoked that they were like, you know what, let's give it to him. So I mean, me and my friends, we gotta do the opening day set to watch it on the projector in his backyard, hang out in the pool, and just have a good barbecue. So we're making the biggest thing out of it.
Where's my invite? Thank you very much. I'll.
Oh yeah, you're like down the
stroll on.
Just across town.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
no, I'm equally as stoked for this. I love Obi-Wan. I watched, I like the prequel. Well, OT was more of my thing, and then when prequels came out, it was definitely panned. But I think of the prequels, I think Ewan McGregor was the kind of standout of it. He was kind of the best part of it for me back then. But then now during COVID and all this stuff, I've since watched the Clone Wars and all that, and it's definitely given the character much more of a personality and a character. His character was developed through 7 seasons of a show, and it really is awesome to see Ewan come back to the screen and play the character again. And I have high hopes for the show. High hopes for the show. So I hope they knock it out of the park like they've done with Mandalorian. So I'm super excited for it. Definitely cannot wait.
So Danny, we'll finish up with you and then start talking about some of these figures.
Yeah, I echo what everybody's already said. I mean, this is special to me because this is kind of like my generation's trilogy. As far as that's concerned, like I was old enough to actually go to the theater. I remember doing that. I remember having a lightsaber in my hands and just watching everything kind of come to life on screen. So the way the reception was back then, it's kind of surreal to think that we're going to get this now. Obviously, with everything going on with the Clone Wars kind of being revisited when Disney acquired Lucasfilms, excuse me. It just seems like, man, like I feel like someone needs to pinch me because I still can't believe we're actually getting this. And the trailer just took my expectations like to a whole nother level. So yeah, May 27 couldn't come soon enough for me, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty epic. I mean, I guess I'm stoked about this. I love Obi-Wan. I really hope at some point too that Disney won't keep trying to go back and filling in these gaps, because I mean, we know the stakes. I mean, we know what happens to him. We know that he makes it out. So I hope they do tell a really good story, and I'm confident
alert, he dies.
Well, eventually we all do. So spoiler.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk some figures, and I think just going forward to Chris, I feel like just to pull the curtain back a little bit now too, and now I don't feel like we have to where I have to have everything on the checklist and stuff like that. There's definitely times we went through the motions talking about some of the figures, but I felt like it was our duty to do that. I don't think I want to be beholden to that anymore. We've always been as honest and transparent with what we do and why we collect, and that's resonated with scavengers all over the world. Maybe we'll pick and choose what we talk about. I do I'm actually really interested to see what Queen Studios is going to want to do, and we have yet to talk about that. I don't want to talk about it today when we're focusing on on Star Wars here, but I mean, there's so many different things that we're going to be able to cover, and we collect other stuff. I mean, we're always going to be the 6 scale scavengers, and even amongst us, we even talked about, like, do we change the name to like just the Scavengers or some kind of a symbol, but maybe that name's already been used and it's got some connotation that I'm not super proud of, but I don't know. We'll just kind of see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely it's not that fun when you're talking about stuff that you're not that crazy about. If it's something that another panel member really wants to talk about, then we'll certainly include those types of things. But if overall, like, nobody wants to talk about stuff, we're not going to just talk about those things.
Amen, brother.
Yeah.
Amen.
All
right, let's in no real particular order. So, guys, 20 years from Attack of the Clones.
Oh my God,
it's a little weird to, as you guys were just talking, and Danny, you mentioning, like, that was your trilogy. We all saw these in the theaters anyways, but these have definitely gotten better with age. I think people are more tolerable of them, and it just happens with anything. The people that really love this stuff will continue to love it, and old curmudgeons like some of us eventually come around and maybe see what was there. I mean, was it executed perfectly? No, but it's weird to have 5 releases that are all about a movie that came out 20 years ago that is probably down near the bottom of a lot of Star Wars ranking lists. But I think there's a lot of key things here, despite none of these figures having a head sculpt, that you can use in other Clone Wars displays. I think it really kind of gives everyone some options. So teeing this up first, we'll go with Sean first. Battle Droid. What's your
Roger?
Roger.
I've been wanting these in my collection for a while, ever since I started collecting prequel stuff. I have almost bought the sideshow ones a few times. I think the sideshow ones are okay. From what I hear, they're finicky, but droids, a figure like this is always going to be finicky, but never pulled the trigger. I'm glad I did not. I love, we're talking about it on CW yesterday, but I love that it comes with a C-3PO head that you can kind of recreate the scene from the movie. I think it's awesome. I hope they come out with other kind of variations of it, but yeah, at $190, I think they hit the price point, kind of decent enough for me, and I got 2 of them. So this is definitely something you can army build and recreate whatever scene you want from Attack of the Clones. So love it. Glad they're finally doing it for sure.
Yeah, Danny, it looks like we're getting the boxes that we got for Empire Strikes Back, that 40th year. So pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this one here was probably like the one I was most excited about, because I just feel like, you can never go wrong with having another droid in the lineup there. I mean, K2SO is always like sorely desired. We've been talking about C-3PO for years, and obviously we'll talk about that more in a second. But I mean, I just like Sean, I was really going to overpay to get that 2-pack for a long time. And I don't know, I kept hesitating. And, I'd wake up super early to see a Christmas present today. So, I mean, I'm with Sean on this. I definitely want 2. I mean, 2 for sure. I may do more just because I just have so many ideas on how I want to like kind of display this with upcoming releases and, releases that we've had, like the 501st, etc. So this one right here is a must have for me personally. I don't do the whole pre-order thing, but they will wind up in the collection. Guaranteed.
And I mean, it's an easy repaint here, Jesse, too, because I mean, this was on Geonosis, and we saw them on Naboo from the Phantom Menace. They haven't really done a lot there. And what we've seen with the clones is, they're willing to give us more clones and just slap some different paint on, and we're ready to go buy more.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the same thing like clones. They got the molds now. They're ready where you want them. They'll see how they sell, and if they sell good, which I think they will, then you're talking about a lot more coming. I love it. I thought this was a really cool one. I wasn't expecting this, especially with the 3PO head, but I love it. I think a lot of people are going to have it just kind of just sprinkled in the collection. You know, they're really cool figures, but you don't need to have them as a statement. So it's a good choice to making it under $200 and just something new.
Chris,
I'm really excited about it.
Seeing another super battle
Oh
droid
yeah,
here.
yeah, I know, right? Love that. I mean, we've seen the super battle droids teased previously, and we get this other tease.
I mean,
one.
Chris,
Jeez,
that looks like a bad mother.
Mother lover.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I'm not an expert here, but I'm looking at this hilt and
purple blade. I don't know. I mean, gee,
if they've done some egregious things like Shazam and all those other things, but if they don't give us Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu, they've failed us.
Right. As far as Mace goes, I can definitely see them making a figure. It's crazy that there hasn't been one so far, especially since we've gotten Nick Fury figures in the past. They've done figures with Samuel L. Jackson's likeness. So yeah, I mean, that's something to look forward to for sure. But as far as the battle droids go, I think that's a no-brainer figure. I don't, maybe I pick one up down the line. Definitely if they make one that fits more in line with the Clone Wars, a different paint scheme, which is definitely possible. I might jump on something like that. I can certainly see them making Toy Fair exclusive type of repaints for those down the line. But it's a cool figure. I mean, it's complementary. Like you guys have said, it can fit into so many different areas of the collection.
All right. Danny, you mentioned it. I'll throw it over to you first. C-3PO. I mean, we finally, after all these years, have the figure, and it's not the version that they've teased previously, and it's not the version that I would have thought that they would have picked first. However, I think one of the issues all along has been Hot Toys' reluctance to do any kind of a vac metal approach here. Some of us have had the Sideshow C-3PO figure. It's okay. I would have preferred that it would be the Hot Toy version here. So I think it's only a matter of time, Danny, here before we get the different versions of C-3PO. It's just odd that they picked this one first.
Yeah, I mean, with this one here, I mean, when we initially got the silhouette teaser image a couple days before this was announced, for a second there, I forgot that C-3PO looked like this in Attack of the Clones. So instantly my excitement was up there. Then we saw the reveal. Let's get the monkey, out of the way here. Like, yeah, it was kind of a letdown, but I don't think it is anymore. Like, my opinion's kind of changed as the more I've got a chance to look at it there. And especially with other announcements that came out, I think this May 4th announcement so far has been spectacularly done on Hot Toys side, where they've strategically done. No one has a head sculpt. This one is interchangeable with the droids. I mean, when I said I was curious to maybe possibly do more than just 2 droids, in my mind, one scenario is I would like to display the battle droid with C-3PO's head and a battle droid with the C-3PO body. And I think that's cool. And if I get bored with it, hey, no problem. I can switch it back to C-3PO complete, and then I'll have 3 possible battle droids. So I'm thinking about that in that kind of way. And I'm also thinking about it from a perspective of, I want to support this one because I still want a proper Hot Toys C-3PO. The Sideshow one's pretty good, but I see people with this, what's it called? The Hashi Nation. Is that what
Tamashi.
they refer to? Tamashi. Yeah. I see that one. I drool, but I see the price tag. I'm like, I wipe my face and I said, never mind. But, but all the same, I mean, I am 100% on board with supporting this one here because I know eventually, like you said, Brian, this could lead to a proper one. So I'm all for this one.
So, Sean, I know you got to drop momentarily here for a little bit, but as one of the co-founders of the BCC, I mean, do you support this one, or do you let it go?
No, I'm good. I definitely know why they came out with this one first, because I think if they would have come out with the other one first, no one would have bought this one down the line.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah, it's fine. You know what I mean? I was kind of bummed when it came out, but also like Dan, I've definitely changed my mind on it. A few reasons. One, the fact that it's diecast. That one, you know, is like the Tamashii Nations one. It is diecast as well, and that's always been sort of the thing that plagued the Sideshow one, was that it was all plastic. I think the detailing is there. I think the weathering's heavy-handed, but I need to watch sort of Attack of the Clones again to see how he looks, because I don't remember too hard. But I'm watching that tomorrow with my son, so I'll know tomorrow.
Nice.
But I think the proportions look great. I think the sculpt looks great. I think if they're investing this much money in tooling for a diecast piece, they're definitely making the gold one down the line, because they ain't doing this for one thing and that's it. So and the fact that it comes with a droid head is also awesome as well. So
I mean, they could slap the red arm from Force Awakens, and we might not recognize him.
Oh man,
true. So yeah, no, I think it's a cool release. I have it. I'm gonna order it, and yeah, I need a C-3PO in my collection, however it is. So if this is the only one I get, this is the only one I get. But I highly doubt this is the only one we get. So yeah.
Before we talk about R2, because he was teased there, like, are you guys changing up your pre-order plans at all? I've heard some horror stories from Sideshow recently of, you know, people, some scavengers pre-ordering Ahsoka as a dopo, you know, minutes after it was released, and they're getting their figures not even yet, and somebody that ordered it 2 weeks ago already has it in hand. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I get it if it's on a payment plan, right? But when they're not on a payment plan, why are you pushing them back? They wanted it first. They paid for it right then and there. I canceled all of my pre-orders. I try to just do one. Like one, when I get a figure, I just try to have one. Again, when I get it, okay, I get another one. But yeah, I'm out of pre-ordering right now.
Yeah, I've definitely dialed back on the pre-orders. I mean, I still have some. I pretty much canceled everything from Sideshow except for one figure, and still have a handful of pre-orders with Ray at Underground Figures. But
shout out to Ray, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
he blasted out in his company newsletter today that we were back, completely unsolicited.
Awesome.
I mean,
cool
definition of like, what a guy. So Ray, I would take my hat off to you, but my headphones would fall off. So
yeah, so I mean, definitely rethinking the strategy. Had way too many pre-orders for myself. Just that weight of the pre-orders hanging over me. But yeah, I mean, it's, you just can't, everybody's in a different situation. And for me, I'm realizing, like, these scenarios where, you know, it's taken forever for people to get figures, and some are getting them right away, and there's just no rhyme or reason. I'm going to try to wait until these figures are released to make my decision. If the figures are sold out and the values jump significantly, I mean, that's on me. You know, if I really want it, I'll pay it. But
gone are the days that you can make money on Hot Toys. Like, if you're still trying to calculate values and stuff like that, I think you're going about it all wrong.
Yeah,
so
I've lost money on probably the last 10 Hot Toys I sold. So
I mean, because situations like this. So if you're a big person that doesn't care for reissues and get on your high horse every time something gets reissued, then this isn't for you. However, if you missed out on all the other opportunities to get an R2D2 figure here, I mean, like, this is, again, a definitive one, and actually gives us some things that we didn't have previously. I personally don't mind when R2 jets around on his jetpacks there. Like, I know that doesn't fly with some people, pun intended, but I think it's pretty cool.
This guy definitely is packed with accessories. I have the Force Awakens one in my collection, and he looks great, but he has absolutely nothing. You know, he came with a remote. You can make him play sounds and lights, and that's it. And I mean, we all know how many times we put batteries in hot toys. So for me, it's just like, there he is. You know, so if I get one, I think I might actually just switch it out for this one, just so I can have him with something, an arm out or something like that, you know. And he also comes with the C-3PO head, so that's pretty
Everybody.
neat.
I mean, it's just the thing.
Yeah, every droid comes with a 3PO head.
It's like the
I know.
Oprah. Like, you get a 3PO head, and you get a 3PO head. It does look like, Sean, it does look like we've got all the different accessories that came out with the deluxe version. A couple other things like the rocket packs on the side with the jet effects, the stand to have him flying, the C-3PO head. I think where people are really honing in on is this remote control, because you've always had this little stand that had said Star Wars on the front, and you really didn't have a lot to be able to work with there.
Yeah, so the remote control also came with the deluxe as well. But you know, the deluxe is a bit different in that the deluxe is unweathered, whereas this one's highly weathered. It has the Dagobah kind of lantern, and it also has Luke's saber from episode 6. So this one's different enough that this one has a rocket booster. So this one's different enough that it's awesome, and it'll be joining my collection as well, because it's awesome and it's R2.
R2 is like one of my favorite characters. So
Yeah,
Seriously.
100%.
Like, if you go ahead, Danny. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna kind of chime in. Like, yeah, I have the deluxe as well too. It's a lot cleaner. I used to have the Force Awakens one, and I kind of miss it. So I mean, because I like the dirtier look now. Like, since I've had the clean one for so long, now I kind of want a dirtier one. So this coming out is pretty sweet. The only thing I wish they did a better job on the flight stand for R2. It just,
Let me go back to that photo.
Yeah, it just,
Oh,
it just,
man, that's awesome.
it just really takes away from it there. I wish it was a little bit clearer. You know, almost looks like it'll blend in when it's nice and lit up in your
more
DTOF
acrylic,
or
yeah.
your display case. Yeah. But I mean, everything else on it looks sick. I mean, I want it in jetpack pose, so that's why I'm kind of like bummed out about the sand. So
there you go.
Jeez. It's
It's like that part on
you
the mask
can't-
when they gets
you
mugged
can't-
and he's like,
Yeah, exactly.
he pulls out all those guns.
All right.
I mean, you really can't get upset about them reissuing the figures and stuff. I mean, they have the molds, like, you know, Sean alluded to. Like, if they're going to take the time to do the tooling, they're going to put every version out that they can and save some money. I mean, they are a business after all. We wish that they would listen to every whim of every collector out there, but they won't.
Man, yeah. This figure, I too have the deluxe, and I really love the figure, and I love R2 as well. And this one, I could see easily having a second R2 in the collection, just because of the weathering and that jetpack effect. That's pretty neat.
it's cool, man.
Yeah, the stand is, you wish that they could have gotten something, a full clear acrylic. I'm sure there's going to be somebody out there that'll make one for it, but just having all the gadgets and gizmos like kicking out of the R2, I think it's a solid release. And I mean, R2 is Star Wars. It's like you could have so many R2s. It doesn't even matter. If somebody's upset about this, like, seriously. But anyway, great.
All right.
release.
So I told you guys we're probably only going to
He's
talk
one
for
of the few that's been in
30
every movie.
All right.
So I told you guys we'd probably talk 30, 40 minutes, and we're already going to go way past that. So
Sorry.
it's all right. I mean, I don't think anyone's terribly upset about more collecting talk. So let's go to clones. And we had speculated even before we left that we were going to get more clones. And here we are. I know we were talking to Roy earlier, and he was so close to getting an extra 501st and trying to make it a shiny on his own. And here we go. I mean, this is technically, an episode 2 version. It's got the phase 1 helmet on there, but Hot Toys threw us a bone and included the phase 2 helmet we'd see in Revenge of the Sith. That's my preference. there. But I mean, even as we were just bringing this photo up here, Sean, I'm looking in the back, and I'm not as much of a clone aficionado as I need to, but it's either what a captain, or I mean, we've got the yellow weathering on there. So I just bring on all the battalions. Let's do it.
Yeah. I mean,
There we go.
The possibilities are endless here. Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't find the mute button. No, I definitely saw the commander in the background. I don't know if it was commander or squad leader or something like that. That one, there you go. But as Zach said yesterday, that's the honorary CW trooper. So, yeah. But no, I keep bring them on. Bring all the troopers. Make all the troopers, all the battalions, all the leaders, all the everything. I got 2 of these on order already because army build. So yeah, I love it.
So what are you going to display? Which helmet? Phase 1 or phase 2?
Ooh, both. I don't know yet. Let's see.
Good answer.
Let's see.
I mean, like, the more I've also one of the few things that I still collect is the clones, and I've got 2 of the Coruscant, 2 of the 501st, and 2 of the 501st Deluxe that I've got. Now, Chris, keep me honest here. The 332nd.
Yes.
The Ahsoka. Okay, so the 2 of them with the Ahsoka helmets on. All the phase 2. I mean, I guess I could swap some of them out to get the phase 1, but the Coruscant Guard, I don't think, had a phase 1 helmet. I don't know. Just love clones. I mean, they're so simple. They look great on display, and it's one of those rare things, Danny, that they look better in pairs at the very least.
Yeah, they really do, Brian. I mean, it's just one of those things where, when the 501st came out, okay, I instantly knew I wanted 2. And when it came to Coruscant Guard, I was like, well, maybe I'll just get 1. But I want them getting 2 anyway, because it's like you said, it's always good in pairs. So I'm going to say I'm getting 1 because I really want a phase 1 look. But I know when we, clock back here in 2025 and whenever this comes out, it's
maybe when we do our next show, it might be 2025 too. So
there you go. So yeah, I say 1 for now. I love it. I want the just original phase 1 look to it there, but check back with me in 6 months and I'll tell you what I did. Probably got more.
That's a great point by Bill there from Dorklayer. The how the Mandalorian design inspired the clone trooper aesthetic. Yeah, it's really cool to see that.
That's rad.
I mean, as far as like my plans for these, I think this is I don't think I'm going to pre-order any of them. Going to sit back and see how things play out with other types of clones that do get revealed. I know, right? But I mean, I've got a shelf of all clones and stuff, and I love the aesthetic of the armor and all the different iterations that you can come up with. And I love the idea that some people in the chat are talking about, and like Roy was potentially going to try customization, especially for these the main or the base.
It's a blank slate.
Yeah, exactly. We know that there's so many people in the community that have insane skills with the different paints applications and weathering and all that sort of thing. So it'll be really cool to see what people do come up with once these come out. But yeah, great release. Makes 100% sense.
I used to have this stuff handy, and it's gonna struggle to find it now. Did anybody check what the release date on this is, or the expected release date? I mean, just because it's I expect it to be 2 years out, but there's really nothing new about this figure. So
let me see.
It's gonna say 2 years, but it'll probably come out like in 9 months.
Yep. that
And I think I'm
screams early release.
Way to under promise and over deliver.
And I think I'm going to change my thing. I think I'm going to display them with the Phase 1 helmets. I think that they look awesome, and then just the stark white, and it's differentiate them enough from like the standard stormtroopers. I know the helmet's different, but like this would differentiate them enough. So Phase 1, there, it's been
So
decided.
I'll also sound like a bad Star Wars fan here. I know they say they're in Revenge of the Sith. Like, what part are they? All the white shinies there? Because I'm struggling to think of when that shows up on screen.
I don't remember.
It's more for
I'll let
Clone
you know
Wars.
tomorrow. I
I don't think.
promise.
Yeah.
I don't
They were
remember
also
them
looking
either.
at April 2023 to September
Oh,
for the Clone
Okay.
Troopers. So next year.
a year.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah,
under a year.
Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Danny was stated like 9 months. That's probably maybe accurate. So, all right, guys, one more figure we're going to talk about from the Spectacular Clones 5 figures that we got today. Very fitting on Star Wars Day. So, Danny, I think it may have been you that was like the most excited about this. So,
I am. Yeah.
Clone Pilot.
This
That was
is
dope.
so like under the radar, cool as heck for me because
I agree.
you know the first one. I mean, I instantly recognize and remember this one here, but then I saw the second helmet and I was like, "Where's that from?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, that is from the animated show. That's from Clone Wars." So I said, "This is like the first
That's
time
from
we've
Top
actually had."
Gun.
Yes, that is Space Maverick.
Yep. That's what I
Right.
was going to say too. Definitely Top Gun.
But it's sick though. It's so cool to kind of like see Clone Wars actually being acknowledged in like that form because we're so used to like everything being translated to kind of how the design and textures would always look, you know, how it would look in live action. So for Hot Toys to kind of like give us this one, which I don't think anybody knew or asked for, but it came out amazing. Like that is a very unique looking trooper, and I am down for that all day long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not a huge clone trooper type of collector, but this one's catching my eye. This one and Rex are the two that I look at. I'm like, if I get one, it's going to be one of these two. But this one,
If
says
you get one,
just the
get
differentness.
Rex. That's
okay,
that's the
yeah,
one.
that's true. He's super rad. I did want Jessie just for my namesake, but
I mean, you have.
it's just,
I mean, you
but I
have.
was
This
honestly
should be.
just like,
Yeah.
when I was watching the show, because I'm still going through it, I had taken a break, but I was like, they're like Jessie. I was like, oh, cool, shout out, I'm in the show. But it's like, I don't know, there's something about his style I'm not thrilled with, but I really like this helmet. I really like that yellow on it.
I thought we'd get the what was Cody's battalion? The 212.
Correct.
I would have thought we'd get. I mean, I still think that's coming at some point. I mean, they've teased like that airborne trooper so many different times. I think now that they've got the base plates of the armor, it's just like when with the original trilogy stormtroopers and then the Rogue One troopers and Mandalorian, like it's all the same sculpt and stuff like that. I feel like now that they've got that, I don't think there's any reason that they can't, you know, continue to power forward and give us, you know, as many of these iterations as we can. Key point that a few of you have already made is as long as people are buying them, they'll keep making them. And as somebody that always kind of wonders how cool it would have been to have so many of the clones from Sideshow when they first came out, like these are far superior quality wise. They don't,
100%.
you know, they don't need the stand to stand, you know, I just, at some point we might look back in maybe 4 years or so and be like, yeah, well, Hot Toys did an awesome job with the clones. And they just, I hope that they maybe kind of sprinkle them in a few per year, that they don't just release like 20 at a time. Cause I mean, who on earth is going to be able to afford that? And then B, for somebody like myself that is really focusing on clones, it gives me a few releases per year that I'm going to look forward to, add it to the collection and kind of refresh the display.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the hope that they do. Hot Toys does decide to, you know, sprinkle these in as the years go on. As far as this figure goes, definitely really cool design, especially the animated style or animated helmet design. That really catches my eye. I can definitely see adding this one And yeah, Tukathri, this is definitely we definitely need a 6-scale gunship. I've got my 3 3/4 inch one off to the side here, and yeah, could you imagine that thing in 6 scale? Man.
And
It would fit.
El Maestro was saying that you
Yeah.
see him at the beginning of the space battle
Hmm.
in the gunner cannon. So I guess that's where you see him. So very cool.
Yeah, I think this thing is freaking awesome. I love the helmet design, and I love the fact that they actually give us a animated helmet as well. That they're not gonna not milk us, because Hot Toys will always milk us, but they're at least giving us the display options to see if you want to do it more, more like episode 2 or more like the animated series. So I think the helmet design is awesome. I think the colors are awesome. The weathering's awesome. Yeah, more clones. Please keep bringing them on. And I'll keep buying.
Hey,
them
which
for
helmet
sure.
is which? Which from the show?
I think the left is the Clone Wars, Jesse, and I think the right one's from Attack of the Clones.
Yep.
I could be wrong.
It's been a while since I've seen the movie. Okay.
What's the clone pilot that always gets referenced in the Clone Wars? Not Broadside. It's
Man.
Bad fan
it's
here.
so
Bad fan.
it's been a long day. We didn't expect to do this. Like 14 hours ago, we weren't even going to do this today, and all of a sudden, we just pulled this together. I think it's pretty flippin' amazing that we were able to just all decide that we're going to make time to do this. And shout out to all the scavengers popping in. I mean, even to have 24 live right now, we've been gone for 5 to 6 months. No announcement of this practically at all outside of our Facebook group. And I mean, yeah, it's fun. Every time we do this, it's fun. It's just like Sean, you're saying, it's just like you always find a reason not to do it. Well, we got to find reasons to keep this going, keep that vibe going.
Oh yeah. Talking all kinds of goodness. I mean, like,
Oh yeah.
there's so much in the pipeline coming in. I mean, we got Doctor Strange coming out. Moon Knight just ended. We've got all kinds of shows from all the different franchises and movies coming out. Just so much goodness. And like we said before, we're into so many other areas of collecting that it'll be fun to just like discuss a little bit more than just Hot Toys and 6 scale. We talked about other companies, but also other scales and stuff outside of action figures. So
I won't talk about today, but I mean, I went in the 6 months that I've been gone. I went and got pretty much almost everything they've ever made for the Legend of Zelda. I don't think I've ever talked about Legend of Zelda on 78 episodes of this thing, but
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so
we'll share those stories for another time.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. We're gonna close out about 50 minutes here. I can't thank 4 of you guys enough, and like I said, I can't thank our scavengers enough for tuning in. Just like the positivity and everyone's kind words and stuff. It certainly makes it easier to do this. We're here to help people out. That's just what we do. We're not here to hawk anything. We're not here to sell anything. Just try to be a collector that hopefully our scavengers and listeners and viewers can relate to.
Yeah. We'll just, keep doing what we've done throughout the years. And hopefully, we can kind of get the ball rolling again. And, we'll behind the scenes, we'll figure out what the plan is and the frequency of episodes. And we'll make sure to, let all the scavengers know, what that is and when we'll be going live again.
All right. So I'm not going to really talk about the website anymore because I'm not updating the checklist, but we do have our TeePublic store. Our audio podcast is still on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, and 6scalescavengers.libsyn.com if you want to grab that RSS feed and throw it into your podcast catcher of choice. If you're just listening to the audio here and all of a sudden this is popping up in your downloads, like I said at the very beginning, you're probably about as surprised as we are that we're here talking about this and, good stuff. Parker Files, Scott has also been on a little bit of a sabbatical as well, just as we have, but definitely still check out his channel. He's got a huge backlog of a lot of great videos out there, and maybe we'll inspire him to get back going as well here. So, and shameless plug, subscribe to the Cards Formula on YouTube. That's hosted by myself, Chris, and TC. The old trio is still going strong.
Oh yeah.
Somebody in the chat was complaining that we went away for 6 months and just talk about cards now. Well, oh
That's
well.
what we're into. So sorry, not sorry. Anyway, so guys, what do you have going on? Jesse, do you have anything in the pipeline? Are you working on anything?
Yep. Oh yeah. I got a bunch of little fun customs I'm doing. Thanks to you, I got that awesome Hot Toys Harley sculpt. I got the Harley, was it the prisoner
Yep.
Harley head sculpt from you? So thank you for that. And I got the Arkham Knight right back here. I'm working on making that a custom Margot Robbie one. So I'm working on that right now, and I got a bunch of other things coming up. But if you guys want to check it out, that's going to be the first YouTube video, the Harley Quinn one. So I'll announce it when it's fully up. But my Instagram right now, Blunder Thunder. That's just where I post everything right now and teases, and I just have a lot of fun customizing 6-scale stuff. So that's what I got going. How about you, Danny?
I'm just doing collective things, man. Spending way too much money and kit bashing, just like you. You know that part.
Yeah.
I'm kit bashing right now. An Endor Han. I'm just like prepared for. As soon as this podcast is over, every Han Solo I ever wanted to be released, because that's just what happens after a 6-scale Scavengers cast happens. But
Accurate.
I'll deal with it when it comes. I just I've been really modest with my stuff. I've been semi active as far as that's concerned, but I've only picked up 3 figures this year. The last one though, I actually brought it here because I want everybody to buy this one, because this one is amazing. Everybody. I never influence you guys to do anything with your own money, but seriously, this is the most amazing trooper I have in my collection. So go for it.
Yeah,
Nice.
Roy's already pegged this one as a potential short trooper, mud trooper. So
Nice.
And Sean, I know you're always busy with collecting weekly and the gang over there.
Yeah. So yeah, I do Bricks and Brews, where we get together, build some Legos, drink some beers, and just kind of shoot the stuff and catch up. And yeah, it's pretty fun. Yeah, getting more into comics lately, as I'm going to buy half of Letty's collection if he ever messages me.
Right.
He has.
He's got boxes and bins. I might as well just go break into his house, steal them for you, and then just send them off to you.
It's a constant tease. So yeah, Collectors Club, we do that. I'll probably be on there this weekend. But yeah, other than that, just been, family stuff. I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old now, so just been doing that. Finally got my module cases set up, so you can see the construction that's going on in the back here of finally doing all this stuff. So yeah, doing couple figures a night, or a couple figures every other day to get them all in there. So I'm almost done with Star Wars. I'm on the prequel trilogy now, so I did OT and now I'm doing the prequel, and then I'll do the sequel trilogy later. And then so it's gonna be, hopefully this whole thing will be full sooner than later. But yeah,
cool. Can't wait for a collection tour down the road.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Awesome stuff, guys. So again, thank you everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks guys for jumping on this impromptu stream. It's a lot of fun. We'll be doing this again sometime soon here. So all right, Chris, my friend, you butchered the heck out of our other podcast, but at least you do this outro well. So Chris, my friend, bring us home.
Excelsior.